Shalom, my friends. Continuing with our study in the Book of Hanok. Chapter 60 begins with, it's titled A Fragment of the Book of Noah, properly pronounced Noach. And it runs through chapter 71. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's 8 pages deep, so I don't know how far we'll get this time. I'm watching the clock. We'll go about 20 minutes or so, and then I'll stop. Chapter 60, a fragment of the book of Noach. In the year 500, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month, in the life of Hanok, in that parable I saw how a mighty quaking made the Shamayim of Shamayim to quake, and the host of the Most High and the messengers 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000 were disturbed with a great unrest. That may be a literal number. I don't know. It might just say a lot. And the head of days sat on the throne of his esteem, and the messengers and the righteous stood around him, and a great trembling seized me. And fear took hold of me, and my loins gave way, and my kidneys melted, and I fell upon my face. Again, you know, the Hebrew, they talk about kidneys the way we would say, you know, my gut or my heart. My heart melted. And Michael sent another messenger from among the Kodeshim, and he raised me up. And when he had raised me up, my spirit returned, for I had not been able to endure the look of this host, and the commotion, and the quaking of the Shamayim. And Michael said unto me, Why are you disturbed with such a vision? Until this day lasted the day of his compassion, and he has shown favor and patience towards those who dwell on the earth. And when the day, and the power, and the punishment, and the judgment come, which Yahweh of hosts has prepared for those who do not worship the righteous law, and for those who deny the righteous right ruling, and for those who take his name in vain, that day is prepared. For the elect, a covenant, but for sinners, a judgment. When the punishment of Yahweh of hosts shall rest upon them, it shall rest in order that the punishment of Yahweh of hosts may not come in vain, and it shall slay the children with their mothers, and the children with their fathers. Afterward, the judgment shall take place according to his compassion and his patience. And on that day were 2 monsters parted, a female monster named Leviathan. We see this one in the book of Job, actually the book of Job. Leviathan, basically a dragon, a fire-breathing, smoke coming out of his nostrils dragon. Those aren't fairy tales, my friends. A female monster named Leviathan, to dwell in the abysses of the ocean over the fountains of the waters. And the male is named Behemoth, who occupied with his breast a waste wilderness named Dawidayin, on the east of the garden where the elect and righteous dwell, where my grandfather was taken up, the 7th from Adam, the first man whom Yahweh of hosts created. The seventh from Adam being Hanok. The first man whom Yahweh of hosts created is Adam. And I pleaded with the other messenger that he should show me the might of those monsters, how they were parted on one day and cast, the one into the abysses of the sea, and the other unto the dry land of the wilderness. And he said to me, You son of man, in this do you seek to know what is hidden? And the other messenger who went with me and showed me what was hidden, told me what is first and last in the Shamayim, in the height and beneath the earth in the depth, and at the end of the Shamayim, and on the foundation of the Shamayim, and the chambers of the winds, and how the winds are divided, and how they are weighed, and the portals of the winds are reckoned, each according to the power of the wind, and the power of the lights of the moon, and according to the power that is fitting, and the divisions of the stars according to their names, and how all the divisions are divided. And the thunders according to the places where they fall, and all the divisions that are made among the lightnings, that it may lighten, and their host, that they may at once obey. For the thunder has places of rest assigned while it is waiting for its peal. And the thunder and lightning are inseparable, and although not one and undivided, they both go together through the Spirit and do not separate. For when the lightning lightens, the thunder utters its voice, and the Spirit enforces a pause during the peal, and divides equally between them. For the treasury of their peals is like the sand, and each one of them as it peals is held in with a bridle, and turned back by the power of the Spirit, and pushed forward according to the many quarters of the earth. The more science understands about thunder and lightning, the more it will revel in the accuracy of what we just read. And the spirit of the sea is masculine and strong, and according to the might of his strength, he draws it back with a rein, and in the same way it is driven forward and disperses amid all the mountains of the earth. And the spirit of the hoar-frost is his own messenger, and the spirit of the hail is a good messenger. If you read the book of Yov, you'll see where Yahweh talks about storehouses that he has of hail stones that he's saving up for the Great Tribulation. I mean, I got a kick out of that. You know, he's like, oh, here's a good one. Let me set this on the side, and I'll use that, you know, during the Great Tribulation. And the spirit of the snow has forsaken his chambers on account of his strength. There is a special spirit therein, and that which ascends from it is like smoke, and its name is frost. And the spirit of the mist is not united with them in their chambers, but it has a special chamber. For its course is magnificent both in light and in darkness, and in winter and in summer, and in its chamber is a messenger. Is this interesting stuff or what? Oh, man. And the spirit of the dew has its dwelling at the ends of the Shamayim, and is connected with the chambers of the rain. And its course is in winter and summer, and its clouds and the clouds of the mist are connected, and the one gives to the other. And when the spirit of the rain goes forth from its chamber, the messengers come and open the chamber and lead it out. And when it is diffused over the whole earth, it unites with the water on the earth. And whenever it unites with the water on the earth, ... The original manuscript left off there. Part of it was destroyed, and we don't know the rest of that sentence. Verse 22. For the waters are for those who dwell on the earth, for they are nourishment for the earth from the Most High, who is in the Shamayim. Therefore there is a measure for the rain, and the messengers take it in charge. And these I saw towards the garden of the righteous. And the messenger of peace who was with me said to me, these two monsters prepared conformable to the greatness of Elohim shall feed ... Again, the original manuscript in poor condition. We don't know the rest of that sentence. Chapter 61. And I saw in those days how long cords were given to those messengers, and they took to their wings and flew, and they went towards the north. And I asked the messenger, saying unto him, why have they taken these cords and gone off? And he said unto me, they have gone to measure. And the messenger who went with me said unto me, these shall bring the measures of the righteous, and the ropes of the righteous to the righteous, that they may support themselves on the name of Yahweh of hosts forever and ever. The elect shall begin to dwell with the elect, and those are the measures which shall be given to belief, and which shall strengthen righteousness. And these measures shall reveal all the secrets of the depths of the earth, and those who have been destroyed by the desert, and those who have been devoured by the beasts, and those who have been devoured by the fish of the sea, that they may return and support themselves on the day of the elect one. For none shall be destroyed before Yahweh of hosts, and none can be destroyed. And all who dwell above in the Shamayim received a command and power, and one voice, and one light like fire. And their first words, that one they barach, and exalted and lifted up with wisdom, and they were wise in utterance and in the spirit of Chai. And Yahweh of hosts placed the elect one on the throne of esteem, and he shall judge all the works of the Kodesh above in the Shamayim, and in the balance shall their deeds be weighed. And when he shall lift up his face to judge their secret ways, according to the word of the name of Yahweh of hosts, and their path according to the way of the righteous judgment of Yahweh of hosts, Yeshua says, I am the way, I am the light, and he is also the word of Yahweh of hosts. So, when he shall lift up his face to judge their secret ways according to the word of the name of Yahweh of hosts, and their path according to the way of the righteous judgment of Yahweh of hosts, then shall they all with one voice speak and barach, and esteem and exalt and kadosh the name of Yahweh of hosts. And he will summon all the host of the Shamayim, and all the Kodeshim above, and the host of Elohim, the Cheruvim, Seraphim, and Ophanim. If you look at my video about Ezekiel's wheels, you'll see he was referring to Ophanim. And I give a little detail about Ophanim in that video. Different types of messengers. Malachim, common phrase that we mistakenly use through our past, is angels. And all the messengers of power, and all the messengers of principalities, and the elect one, and the other powers on the earth and over the water, on that day shall raise one voice, and barach, and esteem, and exalt in the spirit of belief, and in the spirit of wisdom, and in the spirit of patience, and in the spirit of favor, and in the spirit of judgment, and of peace, and in the spirit of goodness. And shall all say with one voice, Baruch is he, and may the name of Yahweh of hosts be Baruch forever and ever. How many spirits do you suppose were in that paragraph? One guess is allowed. 7, of course. Verse 12, all who do not sleep in the Shamayim above shall barach him. All the Kodeshim who are in the Shamayim shall barach him. And all the elect who dwell in the garden of Chai, and every spirit of light who is able to barach and esteem and exalt and kadosh your Baruch name, and all flesh shall beyond measure esteem and barach your name forever and ever. You get the impression that his name is important? Yahweh. For great is the favor of Yahweh of hosts, and he is patient, and all his works and all that he has created he has revealed to the righteous and elect in the name of Yahweh of hosts. One more chapter, chapter 62. And thus Yahweh commanded the sovereigns and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell on the earth, and said, open your eyes and lift up your horns if you are able to recognize the elect one. By the way, if these words, you're still not familiar with them, get your copy of Hanok from HallelujahScriptures.com. And in the back, there's a glossary with all these words and, references so that you can better learn them and learn to use them. Verse 2, and Yahweh of hosts seated him on the throne of his esteem, and the spirit of righteousness was poured out upon him, and the word of his mouth slays all the sinners, and all the unrighteous are destroyed from before his face. And there shall stand up in that day all the sovereigns and the mighty, and the exalted, and those who hold the earth, and they shall see and recognize how he sits on the throne of his esteem, and righteousness is rightly ruled before him, and no lying word is spoken before him. Then pain shall come upon them as on a woman in travail, when her child enters the mouth of the womb, and she has pain in bringing forth. And one portion of them shall look on the other, and they shall be terrified, and they shall be sad-faced, and pain shall seize them when they see the bane of Adam sitting on the throne of his esteem. And the sovereigns and the mighty and all who possess the earth shall barach and esteem and exalt him who rules over all, who was hidden. For from the beginning the bane of Adam was hidden. Throughout all of the Tanakh, what we call the Old Testament. He's hidden. You can find him on every page. Again, verse 7, for from the beginning the bane of Adam was hidden, and the Most High preserved him in the presence of his might, and revealed him to the elect. And the congregation of the elect and Kodesh shall be shown, and all the elect shall stand before him on that day. And all the sovereigns and the mighty and the exalted and those who rule the earth shall fall down before him on their faces, and worship and place their hope upon the bane of Adam, and petition him and make supplication for compassion at his hands. Jim Morrison from The Doors was wrong when he sang, "You cannot petition the Lord with prayer." Sorry, Jim, I imagine you're petitioning him quite a bit lately. Nevertheless, that Adon of hosts will so press them that they shall hastily go forth from his presence, and their faces shall be filled with shame, and the darkness grow deeper on their faces. And he will deliver them to the messengers for punishment, to execute vengeance on them, because they have oppressed his children and his elect. And they shall be a spectacle for the righteous and for his elect. They shall rejoice over them, because the wrath of Yahweh of hosts rested upon them, and his sword is drunk with their blood. And the righteous and elect shall be saved on that day, and they shall never thereafter see the face of the sinners and unrighteous. And Yahweh of hosts will abide over them, and with the bane of Adam they shall eat and lie down and rise up forever and ever. And the righteous and elect shall have risen from the earth and ceased to be sad-faced. And they shall have been clothed with garments of esteem, and these shall be the garments of Chai from Yahweh of hosts. And your garments shall not grow old, nor your esteem pass away before Yahweh of hosts. We'll close there, and we'll pick up next time with chapter 63. Shalom.